Hello everyone, let's have more news about the Miami Heat. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Kasparas Jakucionis, the Miami Heat's 20th overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, is off to a rocky start in his professional debut. Through his first 3 Summer League games at the California Classic, the Lithuanian guard has scored just 12 points while shooting 1 of 15 from the field, 6.7%, including 0 of 11 from three-point range. He has gone 10 of 12 from the free throw line. The 6'6", 1.98m former Illinois standout also tallied 12 turnovers and just 6 assists during the 3-game stretch. I think I need to just settle in more, play at my own pace, don't get sped up too much as I was in these 3 games, Jakucionis told the Miami Herald. I didn't feel myself in those games. But I think that's normal. It's a process, so I'm just happy to be here, happy to be able to learn from coaches, from other guys by working out, watching film, and just understanding the game. Jakucionis attributed his early struggles to rust following a long break between his final college game and his Summer League debut. I think I'm just not in a rhythm, he explained. I'm just trying to get back in a rhythm after all the process I had. So I'm just trying to get back to myself and just trying to execute as hard as I can. When I go to the court, I just give 100%. Even if I don't do the best on offense, I try to give 100% on defense and just try to help the team win. Despite his shooting woes, Jakucionis has found ways to contribute. In the 3 games, where the Heat went 2-1, he forced 12 free throws and recorded 4 steals. I'm not too worried about shooting, he said. I know that I can shoot and it's just a matter of time. Just trying to work on it, just trying to do what the coach says and execute as hard as I can. Now let's go to another video. Don't forget to leave a like. The Miami acquiring score-first guard Norman Powell for just Kyle Anderson, Kevin Love, and a second-round pick is a huge win for the Miami Heat, but team president Pat Riley may have another trick up his sleeve. Former number 1 pick Andrew Wiggins was the centerpiece of the return for Jimmy Butler when he was dealt to the Golden State Warriors at last season's trade deadline. However, it's possible he already suited up for the Heat for the final time. The addition of Powell signals a desire to contend, but his expiring contract also proves they're open to developing their young pieces if the 2026 campaign is a failure. Wiggins, on the other hand, is built strictly to play for a contender, which is why a proposed trade sees the Heat add flexibility to their roster. The pitch deal sends Wiggins and Haywood Highsmith to the Los Angeles Lakers. Maxi Kleber, Gabe Vincent, Shake Milton, and Jordan Goodwin head to the Washington Wizards, and the Heat acquire Chris Middleton, Dalton Knecht, and a 2032 first-round pick via LEL top 5 protected. Middleton is entering the final season of his 3-year, $93 million contract, so the Heat are not trapped if he performs poorly next year. The 33-year-old NBA champion is clearly regressing, as he averaged just 11.9 points on 47.5% shooting in 2025. Knecht, a 24-year-old sophomore, coming to Miami puts less pressure on the addition of Middleton to work out because he fits in with the young core, led by Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and others. The Wizards don't play a major role in this scenario, but instead allow the Heat to bolster their present and future core. Terry Rozier's production since the Miami Heat acquired him at the 2024 NBA trade deadline is simply not matching the expectations set for him given his strong play with the Charlotte Hornets. Almost any time the Heat fanbase sees an opportunity to rid the roster of the disappointing guard, excitement builds. A social media trade proposal involving the Toronto Raptors and Sacramento Kings may fall into the rare category where Miami fans would prefer to retain Rozier. The pitch deal sees the Heat add DeMar DeRozan, the Raptors land Malik Monk, and the Kings acquire RJ Barrett, Rozier, and a 2026 second-round pick via MIA. Only giving up Rozier and a single pick for a 6-time All-Star seems like a steal at first glance, but DeRozan's style of play and contract would suggest there are better routes. While the 35-year-old averaged 22.2 points last season, he did so shooting just 32.8% from three-point range. Not only could this create spacing issues for the Heat's rotation, but it's safe to assume DeRozan will only regress in the coming years. He still has 2 guaranteed seasons remaining on his 3-year, $73 million contract. Truthfully, there are far worse returns for Rozier out there, but it feels like a scenario where the front office would be adding talent without acknowledging the poor fit. The bright side for fans if the Heat do decide to make this move is DeRozan's deal expires in an offseason that could have star-studded free agents. The Miami Heat are certainly in a much better situation roster-wise today than they were just a few days ago after acquiring Norman Powell from the LA Clippers in an unexpected 3-team trade. However, there's still work to be done heading into the rest of the offseason for the Heat. If the fans had any say, trading Terry Rozier is a move that must take place next. Of course, trading Rozier could be easier said than done. Sure, he's in the final year of his contract, but he would seemingly offer very little value on the trade market. He fell out of the rotation toward the end of last season for the Heat and has been an overall negative player for the Heat since his acquisition. He's had some bright moments with the Heat, but he hasn't made the impact that perhaps the front office hoped he would since he was added to the roster. The problem is, keeping him on the roster would do more bad than good for the Heat. ESPN's Brian Windhorst has given the Miami Heat credit for their strategic maneuvering following the Jimmy Butler trade, as highlighted in a recent social media post. Windhorst commended the Heat for turning Butler into a trio of valuable assets: Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, and Davion Mitchell. In a video clip shared on X by Heat Culture 13, he noted, "It's not going to lead any NBA Today broadcast, but they have pieced it together a little bit, considering there's not clarity after number 3 in the East." This acknowledgement underscores the Heat's ability to navigate a murky Eastern Conference landscape. The trade, which also involved sending Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 second-round pick to the Jazz, has been framed as a win for the Heat. Windhorst's praise centers on the Heat's knack for acquiring pieces without sacrificing long-term assets, a move that keeps them competitive in a wide-open East. Powell's scoring prowess, Wiggins' versatility, and Mitchell's defensive tenacity add depth to the Heat's roster, aligning with their goal of contention. The X-Post's engagement reflects fans' appreciation for this shrewd roster reform, with many seeing it as a stepping stone toward future success. As Windhorst put it, there's something to be said for piecing those three together after the Butler trade. For the Heat, this is a testament to their front office's vision in a post-Butler era. As the team looks to navigate a pivotal offseason before the 2025-26, all eyes will be on the Heat, so see if Riley and the front office's moves pay significant dividends. Square today announced that Golden State Warriors star and Square seller Jimmy Butler will bring Big Face to San Francisco through an exclusive pop-up at Square's corner store in the Mission District. The 2-week pop-up, running from July 10th to 27th, marks Butler's first local business venture since joining the Warriors, connecting his entrepreneurial passion with his new home and community in the Bay Area. Miami Heat became the beneficiary of one of, if not the most historic announcement in NBA history during the summer of 2010, as LeBron James revealed that he would join the team as a free agent. With James's league-shattering decision, he instantly became one of the most hated athletes in the world, but none of it mattered to him or the Heat's front office, thanks to their NBA title victories in 2012 and 2013. The decision rocked the NBA world, and the event has once again garnered recognition, as July 8, 2025 marked 15 years since James took his talents to South Beach. James's choice helped the legendary forward to become one of the greatest players the game has ever seen, and recent developments have indicated that the 21-time All-Star could face a similar situation in the coming weeks or months. It's as if we all got sucked into a wormhole and were spit out in July 2010 or July 2014 or July 2018, The Ringer's Howard Beck wrote Monday. Except this time LeBron is 40, not 25, not 29, not 33, and no longer the best player in the NBA, albeit still elite, and no longer capable of bending the league to his will. Though James recently accepted a gargantuan $52.6 million player option to remain with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2025-26, the possibility of the future Hall of Fame inductee requesting a trade to leave the franchise might be reaching an all-time high. And yet, we all must admit, we're still hopelessly fascinated by what comes next, by where he might land, if and when he actually gets traded, and more to the point, what he actually wants right now. While no trades have been requested just yet, James and the Lakers could be reaching an intriguing point in their partnership. The 26-year-old Luka Doncic was virtually granted the keys to the team's offense upon arrival from the Dallas Mavericks via trade this past season. And you, fan, what do you think about LeBron James' situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.